Hello everyone. I would like to share two short stories today. The first one is great as an obstacle to cultivation. When Buddha Shakyamuni was teaching his fall, there was a Taoist practitioner who had sat under a tree for 12 years. Although he practiced for such a long time, it was hard for him to let go of greed and desires. His thoughts were scattered, and he indulged in desires. Buddha Shakyamuni felt that it was time to enlighten this practitioner. He transformed into a monk and went to stay with that practitioner under the tree. A full moon and few stars lit up the clear night sky. A turtle emerged from the water and climbed onto the bank. He was spotted by a hungry wild dog. Excited, the dog opened its mouth to swallow the turtle. The startled turtle immediately retracted its head and forelimbs back into the shell. The wild dog anxiously sniffed the turtle, not being able to come up with any solutions for eating the turtle. The dog felt greatly disappointed and slowly left. Once the dog was far away, the turtle remerged from its shell and escaped. The Taoist practitioner and Shakyamuni saw the entire process. The practitioner told Shakyamuni the turtle was able to escape death because of its shell. The wild dog didn't have a chance. Right, said Shakyamuni, but a turtle can be better than a human being, right? Humans don't understand the impermanence of the mortal world. Their strong greed and desires provide an opportunity for demons to wreck their bodies and damage their minds. Greed and desire trap a person in a cycle of reincarnation. In actuality, all suffering stems from a person's mind, so we should constantly resent it. The practitioner took Shakyamuni's words to heart and was determined to eliminate his desires and great thoughts. In the end, he reached the level of an arhat. The second story is about one of the 8 immortals, Li Dongbin. Once, Li Dongbin spoke to his master Han Zhongli that he would save all living beings in the world. After a long time, he still hadn't saved a single person. So he decided to travel around Yueyang to see if he could find someone to save. Li Dongbin dressed up as an old oil seller and thought to himself, if anyone buys oil without asking for extra, I will enlighten them. So he continued selling oil for several years, but never encountered anyone who matched his idea. Every customer who bought oil was asking for more. One day, an old woman came to buy oil without any extravagant demands, buying only what she needed. Li Dongbin was very surprised, thinking that there was still someone in this world who could be saved. He asked the old woman, "Why didn't you ask me to give you more oil?" The old woman said, "I'm satisfied with just one jar of oil. Selling oil is not easy for you, so how could I dare to ask for more?" Then she even gave a couple of wine to Li Dongbin for thanks. So Li Dongbin decided to enlighten her. He noticed a well in the old woman's yard, so he threw a few grains into the well and said to the old woman, "You can become rich by selling the water from this well." Then he left. After a while, the old woman felt thirsty, so he drew a bucket of water from the well as usual. Before she could drink it, she smelled a strong aroma of wine. It was then that she suddenly realized what Li Dongbin had told her before he left. Following Li Dongbin's instructions, she sold wine for a year and indeed became a wealthy woman in the area. A few years later, Li Dongbin visited the old woman's house again, but she was not home. Only her son was there. Li Dongbin asked, "How has the wine been selling these past few years?" The son replied, "My mother often complains the wine is good, but there is no one leaves to feed the pigs." Upon hearing his words, Li Dongbin felt a pang of sadness and said, "Human greed has reached to such an extent." So he took the rice from the well and left the old man's house. An hour later, the old woman returned home, and her son told her what had just happened. The old woman hurried to the well to take a look. She found that the water in the well was the same as before, and the wine was gone. The old woman hurried out to chase after Li Dongbin, but there was no sign of him. Through the two stories, we may see that human greed is truly terrifying. As we mentioned earlier, good fortune is earned through virtue. If you take what does not belong to you, you will lose your virtue, fall ill, and even lose your precious human life. The more greedy you are, the less peaceful your life will be. The more you covet, the greater the hardships you will encounter. People often say, "Those who are content are always happy." This is indeed true. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.